Now, I'm so lazy, but at the same time, I'm efficient. So I'm able to sometimes detect some decent videos, right? Now, it's interesting because this is like the next generation coming up learning about DeFi. It's kind of cool, although it links to some possible paid for group of some sort, I'm not sure. However, if you have listened through this particular video without me playing it through, it is good to know that there are other people learning about DeFi. Now, I like to think that eventually, once they get sick of their Ethereum fees, Ethereum, I don't know why I sound like that. Eventually, once they get sick of their Ethereum fees, right, they may just discover, something like Pulsechain. I checked for some reason the person docks their address, so I did put a comment, which is not appearing. Maybe they hit it.
Today, we're going to unveil the truth behind decentralized finance and how you can utilize DeFi to actually get super high returns.
They go through here, and if you skip through at one point in time, so I would never recommend doing this, doxing your own ID, unless you want to. But they basically talk about LP providing, and I'm pretty sure some of us are familiar with it over on, Pulsechain, PulseX, and other platforms. However, yeah. So basically, if you're new to this space and you like the heading, now I think I updated the heading, I did. I would recommend, well, I actually wouldn't recommend anything. I would like to think that people discover this content. I would like to think people discover this content. And then I would like to think that they learn about, a more efficient way of doing things. Like I said, I'm just lazy. Where is it? Because I know I do think that with Xskins, Pulseskins, PulseXskins, etc., we tend to live in an echo chamber, a bubble, which is fine. It has been doing fine, but the bubble is obviously growing. We're getting cults developing on cults, which is kind of interesting to see all play out, which is fine. But I really like to think at one stage we are, especially in this upcoming bull run, maybe, just maybe, they will hear about, something like Pulsechain. Can't see it. Where is it? Somewhere basically the address was doxed, and I thought, well, copy paste if you want. I went over to Go Pulse here, and there was about, I think, $14 worth of PRC20s. Like I said, I at this point I do not know what else to do, how to reach out further. The only thing I can think of is if, as a community, we become stronger and we're able to, in essence, teach other people things like this for free, that, other people are doing quite well, It's just a shame this guy hasn't heard about Pulsechain. It's just a shame he's not making content, for Pulsechain. That would be kind of cool. Maybe eventually he will, especially in the upcoming bull run. Like I said, prices will be high, euphoria will hit. Everyone will be like, what's this Pulsechain? What's this hex? What's this PulseX? But until then, they're just gonna maybe ignore it, sweep it under the rug. Maybe they have concerns and FUD. I'm not sure what it is, but I thought I would just. There was a gap in the streaming content I saw, so I'll just jump in. If you compare today's prices with December, it's not too bad. Especially the pulse above sack rate. You guys know this. I don't know why I'm repeating it. What else? This is kind of interesting. YouTube, you cannot censor this under the various algorithm. You must listen to the words precisely. COVID vaccine mandate unlawful for Queensland Emergency Services court rule. So that's just one thing I'm looking at as well. And this is going to be the funniest thing I've seen on Twitter, on X all day. Yeah, this has been my day. This has literally been my day. I've done some other stuff, but it's kind of funny. But yeah, so in closing, without getting too into things. There is a new generation coming up. Eventually, they will discover Pulsechain if they didn't already get an airdrop. Eventually, they will, you know, they'll get sick of ETH fees, and they're going to be like, these guys over on Pulsechain, maybe, just maybe, they know what they're doing. But yeah, it's very good to see and hear that it's like against pointing out the risks of centralized exchanges. It's very good to see the risks of you know, contract risk they touch on. It's good to see they talk about, I guess, the returns, the realistic returns, etc., etc. Yeah, and good on them. It's good. They're making mad gains. If you guys ever watch this video, check out Pulsechain. Maybe I'll send it over your way via Twitter. I checked on this person's like, so they had 20,000 subscribers, which is impressive, and then you click on their Twitter X account, but yeah, there's not that many followers. I'm like, huh, this is strange. Like, what's going on? And the views, you know, quite it's a fair few views on that, so I thought that was impressive. But yeah, so I thought I'll send them a message saying, you know, Pulsechain.com. They probably think I'm some troll. They probably think I'm some scammer. It's like, I'm literally, I understand probably what you just explained in this video quite well, and I would like to, you know, introduce you through the internet to Pulsechain.com, not because I'm trying to extract any value or because it benefits me in any way, shape at all. If anything, if you come into the system, into the yield farm, you might, who knows, you might decrease the return. So if for me, it makes no sense to do this, but, you know, just pointing out, if you get sick of making trades, making transactions, providing LP on Ethereum, or, you know, you want to make some more money to then be able to pay for all your Ethereum fees, maybe, just maybe, have a look at Pulsechain.com. I might send this video over to this dude and just be like, dude, check out Pulsechain, legit. What else? Yeah, that video, that was the funniest shit. If no one's in here, I'll end this one and I'll get back to doing what it is I was doing. Just check. Literally leech. I'm literally vampire. It's kind of vampire attacking the stream by, you know, literally leech. I'm literally vampire making it, you know, pointing out something instead of cheap but bastard. Alright, maybe that's how I spend my day, just engaging with other YouTubers and pointing out why Pulsechain's I'll get back to actual work, quote unquote work. What else? Yeah, it's just, it's like I said, in closing, it's really good to know. It is really good to know that there's you know, other people out there that are interested in this stuff, that are well versed in their area, their specialized field, and I'm not sure if whether people ignore it or they're not aware of it, but eventually maybe they will discover things like Pulsechain, well, you know, kind of gatekept, and maybe because they're gatekept and not as easily accessible, that is the reason why other individuals aren't able to find things like Pulsechain, for example. It could be a crazy conspiracy theory. Maybe they just know every single token, because I sure as hell don't know every single token that exists on Ethereum. I went back and had a look recently. There was some quote unquote news about some was it Aave yield chasing on Ethereum, which is kind of cool, because that's the sort of shit I do. Not with those huge bags, but like, I was looking around thinking, how can I, you know, where can I find some yield? And in the end, I always come back to Pulsechain. And basically, the tools available on Pulsechain, you know, like the vetted ones, like LP being one of them, INC token, a few other ones, and then I then go back to Hex personally, but some people might not. Maybe the first time they find Pulsechain is Pulsechain itself, you know. And then eventually from there, maybe they find Hex, maybe they find T-shares, maybe they discover, maybe they heard about, you know, Hex on Ethereum and think, oh, it's a scam because it's not near the all-time highs. However, It does depend what you did, how you maneuvered, and your T-shares, how many T-shares you hold. Because I think you saw yesterday, there was some capitulation by one wallet, or knows what it was, and basically, we saw some individuals exit the system, but the price wasn't murdered, so I was kind of confused about that. And one thing, right? One thing. So just imagine that you understand everything about things like investing in ETFs, investing in shares, investing in managed funds, and things like that, and how you get a distribution or a dividend or something like that, right? Now, imagine just the aspect of having to, like, I guess, KYC and all the legal aspect of having to, like, go through signing up through a brokerage account and being able to actually purchase this particular fund that you're looking to purchase, the ticker symbol, not the like longs and shorts or options or things like that, more the actual a fund that invests in things. Now it comes to mind, could you imagine that a system product, I'm not even sure what you call it at this point in time, like a type 1 version of internet money exists, will exist, does exist, might exist in the future. And what it could bring about could be what it seems like. I don't know, like maybe it's what would it be? Maybe it's proof, a group, I'm not sure if it's a group of people. Maybe it's a group of individuals, right, doing their own thing in a decentralized manner, who is able to not fuck the other person and able to bring about a type of wealth that hasn't been seen before. Because like I was saying about the funds, investment and stocks, you could invest in a fucking fund and it could turn red on you for like 20%. And although you signed all the fucking papers and shit, I'm not sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure it's like the goal, if you're a financial planner, is to provide and make sure the person's in the best possible position, and they understand that and understand all this shit. It's like, yeah, but then the market tanks and crashes and your holdings are just wrecked. It's like what happened in 2008, for example, and what happened in the COVID crash. Wrecked, double wrecked. And just imagine if you were able to sidestep that fucking bloodbath, and you were able to then be able to get more wealthy, and eventually build generational wealth. So not just you, the generation after you, potentially the generation after you. Now, if that was the case, right, maybe, just maybe, it's call me crazy here, but maybe just maybe things that would provide traditional services, they may not be interested in engaging with it unless they can make money off it themselves, which is funny because you see the Bitcoin ETF come through. That's a different story. And B, also they may not want to talk about it at all because it could be in essence competition to your thing. And if the fees that you're earning from your whatever it is that you've signed everyone up through the various legislative requirements to deal with people's money and shit like that. Imagine if something was better out there that exists now. It's immutable, 100% uptime, and things like that. I'm not saying it's there yet, but if you could imagine these things, imagine if there was someone out there who wanted for this dream to come true. Now, if I can think of this, I'm pretty sure someone else has thought of it. Imagine if there was like an actual ability for this to exist in the future. That would be pretty cool. Now, I'm not saying Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX, INC is that. However, I'm not saying it's not either. Because like I said, I tend to overthink things, and I really do like to think that there is a better way that we can deal with money across the world. Some countries are in huge deficits. We're seeing endless wars escalate. I think I saw somewhere on Disclosed TV that France is talking about putting, I'm not sure if it was boots on the ground in Ukraine. Again, well, they are a nuclear power, and that would do what for tensions in that particular region? As it's been said before, the more wars that are constantly kicking off, the more likelihood that one of them will escalate further. Now, if other nuclear countries talk about you know, entering in that territory, what is going to happen? You know, what could that mean for legacy finance? I mean, maybe defense stocks might be okay, energy and things like that, food. But it's just an interesting period of time that we are currently resonating in, you know. And like I said, good to see there's some younger guys out there talking about DeFi. Hopefully they discover Pulsechain. Good to see that truth prevails in relation to this. Good to see some funny shit on X. But also, more importantly, I would say that if you're unaware of something, I'm not even sure which one, I would say Hex, but I would also say Pulsechain itself and potentially PulseX and INC. If you are able to utilize the tools correctly, think about it. You have the ability, you have at your disposal LP providing to earn above average, I would say, APRs per year, year over year. It's been performing excellently. It's 100% uptime. APRs are astronomical compared to legacy finance, except for some extremely risky plays. Again, we see that in the South Korean market. Basically, it's all retail, and they're leveraging the shit out of it, and they either make 10,000x on their $100, or they lose it all. And I would say most of them, unfortunately, are losing it all. Not cool. Not cool at all. But who is the one benefiting from that? It is the centralized exchanges. They don't know what centralized exchanges are. And yeah, hopefully they find out, you know, they find out what real DeFi is. Whether it's through younger people talking about Ethereum DeFi and then discovering Pulsechain, whether it's they direct understand what Hex is, whether they direct understand what Pulsechain is, like a new L1 that's been released, it's up, it's working, 100% uptime. It's crazy. Maybe what's happening to that? I think, yeah, if you catch us on the replay, hit the like, hit the subscribe, but more importantly, tell the world, especially these younger dudes in DeFi, tell them about Pulsechain, the cheap fees. I might make this video, I might send it over to them as well. But yeah, that is about it. That is about it. I was just saying that basically I was going through YouTube, and summary of this video is young dude talking about selling his own course, which is fine, but talking about LP providing, and I'm like vampire attacking his videos, like the truth about DeFi yield farming passive income tutorial. He basically goes through, it's like pretty decent. It's okay, like it's okay to watch. He talks about it, but you guys, we already know this. We're already in Pulsechain because we've been through all this. Maybe we're still going through, I'm not sure, but you know, the Ethereum fees suck, hence Pulsechain. He didn't really touch on anything like Pulsechain, so I'm gonna send this over like, yo, Pulsechain, check this out, check out Pulsechain. Hopefully they discover it, because I went over and checked his X account and there's not many followers at all, which makes me wonder legitimacy of the subscribers. Maybe they don't have an X account, you know, or just who knows. Yeah, that was about it. And then I was touching on this, some interesting developments to say the least, and then I saw this video. I'll play this through while someone's here. This is my day. This. Yeah. And in closing, like I said, if you're new to DeFi, truth about yield farming, LP providing, it's quicker, faster, better on Pulsechain. But you have to make sure you're not going to get scammed, because this dude actually doxed his like a wallet, and I posted a link. So I think he hit it. Yeah, pretty sure he hit it. I was just saying, you know, it's he had about $14 worth of PRC20, so who knows? Maybe we might have some new entrants into the space. The timing's probably not too bad for this dude to start a new course. It's funny because like in the bull market, you know, everything. We had a boom here in Australia, mining companies, and basically people would just dig a fucking pile of dirt. Like, I made a mining company and the share price was just going insane. I'm like, how is this fucking happening? You know, because there was like a boom time. You know, it was a bit of exaggeration there, but in the bull market, you know, everything just pumps. It's like, oh, I'm a genius. I made money in the bull market. It's like, yeah, but how are you going to maintain that money and how are you going to make generational wealth, etc., etc. I like to think, personally, I like to think that I've found a good platform to start with, you know, a small amount, I would say, and potentially make lifelong wealth. Now we've got another 12 years to find out if this is true, 11 years, give or take. So I'll see you guys in about 11 years time, and we'll see how much, you know, our side is performing versus their side on Ethereum. Who knows, maybe Ethereum fixes their shit. They're talking about L2 updates, then I can't remember what it's called, very soon, like within the next 2 weeks, but that's only, I think, the L2s, but then maybe eventually they're going to get their shit together and they roll out the cheaper fees for all of the chain, which will be very beneficial for people who are for people who have, like, you know, EHEX over on Ethereum and like with longer stakes. And it would be funny if their solution, I don't think it would be, but this is just, imagine if they forked Ethereum. Now they went from Ethereum Classic to Ethereum. Imagine if they forked it again to like ETH 2.0 or ETH 3.0 or something, and it's like, then we have like 3 copies of we have one expensive Ethereum gas fees, then we have one cheap Pulsechain, then we have another Ethereum Pulsechain. What he's saying, I don't think they would though, because Ethereum guys would then have to give up their price performance. I'm not sure they're gonna want to do that. Might be easier to fix their shit. But in the meantime, Pulsechain is, well, yeah, we're looking alright. We're looking okay. And in the bull market, hopefully we all lock in the gains, and then when there is like a Hex Pulsechain or PulseX meetup, or some of the cults within the cults meetup, you'll see the private jets all like converging on the one spot, and it won't be the guys from not the Super Bowl. I saw that one on the Super Bowl. It won't be like the guys from Davos and shit like that. It'll be the Hexicans, the Pulsicans, the Pulsexicans. Alright, that is about it. Signing out for this one. Alright, peace.